Hey everyone, it's late or it's early from a certain perspective. I went to the post office today to collect my remnant, and that didn't show up. The post office dropped the ball. Not that that happens too often. So that was a little bit disappointing. But then I went out and had a good time with a friend of mine. Had a few beers. Pretty knackered after work, so I pretty much just went home and crashed, and then I woke up several hours later. I don't need much sleep, and started watching videos on the Remnant. Downloaded the app for my phone, TikTok, and I started fiddling with my Saberforge Redeemer. I have figured out where I have a friend with a laptop that's equipped with um, Windows 10. So I'm going to be seeing if I could get my Redeemer up and running again, per the suggestion of one of my friends that comments and has inspired me to do so. And that got me to thinking about this beauty. Oh, and it is a beauty. Do you know what this is? Yes, of course you do. This is Saberforge's Chrome Redeemer. Um, boy, Prodigal Son. Sorry, this is the Saberforge Prodigal Son, and I got this off of eBay, and it's minty, very very minty. You know, the thing is, I'm not going to elaborate too much on this. I've already talked about thin necks, and everyone knows pretty much the deets of the thin necks. You got these, you get the neck bits. They're not very comfortable to hold any of them. Saberforge thin neck sabers by the actual neck, but for some reason on this particular saber. Oh, and by the way, this isn't the crystal reveal version. This is just the standard chrome version. For a grenade section, this grenade section is really comfortable. This is probably, other than my Aaron, the most comfortable thin neck saber that I've held. And I've only held maybe 5 or 6 of them. But this one I like very much. And of course, this one has the control box with the LEDs that light up, which is really nice. When I received this is kind of a PSA. Please stay still. Oh, you are not cooperating. There we go. When I received this, the clamp card was kind of taped inside the bubble wrap, and when I dislodged the clamp card from the bubble wrap, the magnet came off. So I used some industrial double-sided tape that I acquired from work. I work in the printing industry, and in my department that I work in, at where I work, yeah, they have a sign shop, and they use all kinds of various and sundry materials, and they have some really good quality double-sided tape. So I use that to re-adhere the magnet to the clamp card, and as you can see, those little remnants of tape, and we're good to go. So there's your tactical switch there off on the right. In the center is your recharge port, and the port that you connect to your computer via USB cable, so that you can, do whatever you need to do. Install fonts, install patches, update, whatever. So here's the rest of the show. Being that this is very, very, very chrome, very high quality chrome, this isn't going to wear off anytime soon. So I like that. It does get a little bit fingerprinty. Your little triangular shaped ring. I like that you can actually use this ring. It's not like some kind of weird fixed thing. And then I really like the insert that they have here. It's super basic, but I like how it's recessed a little bit. It's very lovely. And this is a champion edition, and it comes equipped with the fonts Prodigal Son, of course, Ranger's Blade, and Heirloom. So let me fire her up.
Ranger's Blade.
I love this font. Naturally, green. Now it looks a little bit blue on this camera. It's not a very good camera. There's the illuminated buttons there. There's this little pop at the end of the wave for the hum. You can hear it periodically. It's a little bit unusual. It's got a little bit of a flicker. These are all things that at some point I'm going to attempt to adjust, if I can get into the soundboard. I'm not going to change out the fonts. The fonts are perfect. So that's Ranger's Blade. I'm not going to swing it around and do flash on clash and all that stuff. You guys are familiar with that. I'm just going to do the basics here.
Heirloom. Prodigal Son.
Ranger's Blade.
Heirloom. Prodigal Son.
Ranger's Blade.
Heirloom.
I'll get this. There we go. When you fiddle with so many sabers and each one has their own little unique interfaces, I tend to forget which one does what or works. Especially where Saberforge is concerned. For some reason, between each of the tiers, the sabers behave differently, and then you have different combinations of buttons and switches, and the thin necks, they all tend to operate differently. And
Prodigal Son.
There we go. The interesting thing is the lockup kind of works the same way that the lockup works on the Gen 3. You have to kind of hold it for a bit and then tap it, and it kind of engages. But the blaster block, of course, you just tap the switch. So anyway, this is a prized possession. This saber is so gorgeous, and here, let me just kind of in the hand, gripping it. It's just eminently. It's just, hold on, there we go. What am I trying to say? It's just, this thing feels so good in the hand. It's so nice. Two-handed. I don't have any problems with the box. I for some reason on my Redeemer, the Redeemer kind of massacres your hand, and the grenade section's just too rough, and you can't grip it by the neck at all without like completely like wrecking your finger. For some reason, you can get away with it on this one. It doesn't really hurt that much. You let your finger rest here. That's fine. Look at that. When you hold it two-handed, you hold it down by the pommel end. It's easy to avoid the box, not mangle yourself. You can do spins. You can do downward strikes. I don't do hand switches because everyone at this point should know how I feel about like a saber in the hand should stay in the hand. I don't believe in swapping hands, but that's just the Bushido in me. At any rate, I adore this saber. This is absolutely one of the most beautiful sabers I've ever owned, and it adds to the beauty, not just the aesthetic, but just the handling of it, and of course, owning a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker saber with a green blade. What more can you want in your collection? Seriously. So I'm just going to give you one more visual tour. Now, I spend a lot of time looking on the various pages on Facebook, for Thin Necks and Vader's Vault. And I would not mind owning the Vader's Vault Hero version of this saber. But I'm in no hurry to spend the money when I own something like this. I think this is probably one of the most wonderful sabers that Saberforge produces. I think this is more or less perfection. I mean, the electronics, there's something that can be said for the electronics, but that's not as important to me as the overall effort. And I think that Saberforge put their best foot forward on this one. And that, just the fact that they upgraded it and upgraded it, adding the LEDs here, listening to their customers, that says a lot for that company. So I'm going to stop gushing now. This is pretty much the extent of my review for the Prodigal Son. Actually, I do have one last point. It's an interesting point. The blade inserted into the socket, and I can actually like undo the retention screw and remove the blade. On my Redeemer, which is an older Redeemer, that blade is in there pretty much permanently. I am never getting that thing out. I had to jam that thing in there, and I don't know, something was off with the dimensions and in relation to how the blade inserts, and no problems at all with this Prodigal Son. So anyway, that ends my review of pretty much one of the most beautiful, wonderful, absolutely brilliant sabers that I have in my collection right now. And this is Cryptic Paradigm signing off, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. And if I get my Electrum Sabercrafts Remnant tomorrow, I will be one very, very happy camper, because that saber looks epic. Alrighty then. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye.